Today we will be covering lesson 12-1, flowchart proofs. This lesson is actually split into 10 separate sections. The first section will cover question example A and number 1. Second part will be question 2. Then we've got question 3 and 4, question 5 through 7. We're going to have question 8, question 9, question 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the lead off or the introduction to example A and then move through example A. It says you know how to write a 2-column proof and paragraph proofs. In this activity, you will use your knowledge of congruent triangles to explore flowchart proofs. You will also see how the 3 types of proofs are related. Here in example A, they've started off by telling us, rewrite the 2-column proof as a flowchart proof. It says DB bisects AC and DA is congruent to DC. And it wants us to prove that ADB and CDB are congruent triangles. So it starts off by saying DB bisects AC. That's given. Well, what does that tell me? If DB is the bisector of AC, that means that this part and this part are equal. So they say AB is congruent to CB, and that's by definition of bisect. The next thing they listed was DA was congruent to DC. That was given. So we know that DA is congruent to DC, so that proves that these two sides are congruent. And then the next thing they state is DB is congruent to DP. That means the reflexive property. One thing is congruent to itself. And so by side, we can prove that these 2 triangles are congruent. So the first thing they say in step 1, write a statement and then write the reason below the statement. Use arrows to show the flow of logical arguments. So we started off by saying DB bisects AC. Well, that was given to me. That led me to know that AB was congruent to CB. That was a definition of a bisect. Notice that there's nothing leading to this given because this was told to me. It's not something that came from something prior in the proof. Then it says DB is congruent to DB. We're not actually proving that. That's not told to us. We just know that because we know that something is congruent to itself by the reflexive property. And these 3 pieces of information altogether lead me to the triangles being congruent, which is why there is 3 arrows leading to this one statement and reason. Let's go ahead and look at question number 1. Question number 1 says, why does it make sense that there are 3 arrows pointing to the box on the far right-hand side of the proof? Here in the try these A, and I want to actually have you combine both of these parts. Try these A. It says rewrite the following flowchart proof as a 2-column proof. And it says given PQ is parallel to SR, PS is parallel to QR, it wants you to prove that triangles PSR is congruent to RQP. And it writes it out in flowchart. It wants you to transfer that over into a 2-column. Now, I want you to take about 5 minutes to work on questions number 1 and the try these A. Go ahead, pause your video. On the next slide, you're actually going to see a drag and drop for you to place these in the right order. Good luck. I did go ahead and provide you with the answer to number 1. And it said, like I stated whenever I said it, and when we're reviewing it, it takes 3 pieces of information to conclude that those triangles are congruent via the side-side-side congruence postulate. So I needed 3 arrows to lead to that. Now, again, on to your drag and drop. Good luck.